What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. Another video, another transfer in for Leeds United. Very exciting. I've done a couple of pre-recorded ones previously, but I thought I'd go live today because we've got a couple of things to discuss. But listen, Leeds United have completed another signing. Marc Roca from Bayern Munich, and another one, 3 for 3. But I want to hear what everyone else has got to say as well. So I'll be looking at in the chat and seeing everyone's opinion. Nathan Palmer, strong signing. Yeah, I think so too. Shout out to the disabled team. Michael M, 3 down, 4 to go. Yeah, pretty accurate. Jack Wilson, yes, KG, another good signing. Yeah, man, it's time up. Time's up, man. Time's up. As Claude once said, rest in peace. It's time to go. Yes, everyone in the chat. Nice to see everyone. Will Smith, obviously not that Will Smith, unfortunately, but Will Smith to you, great signing. If you ask me, I'm asking you, and I agree with you. I think this is going to be a good one. The Germinator, good evening to the facts, man. Awesome. Charlie, shout out to everyone in here. Yeah. What a day. Nah, you know what? This has been a real good day for me. I'm not going to lie. I had a good day with the fam. Had a nice delivery from my team, Cuppish guys as well. 18 super malts. Oh, what a delivery. You guys know I love my super malts. 18. Shout out to the boys from Team Cuppish, man. Beautiful. Love you guys. But then, yeah, you get this news as well. I mean, it was the worst kept secret, wasn't it, that Marc Roca was coming? I had a feeling it was going to be another completed one by 5 p.m. So I had planned to come live and talk to you guys about it. Let's see what else. Yeah, man, Dashan, KG to kick off the weekend. Yeah, man, I thought I'd leave you with something for the weekend, man. Liam Moore saying these new players sound like they want to die for the cause in their interviews. I like that. Yeah. I mean, again, his interview wasn't anything too out of the ordinary, but he wants to, is disappointed about not playing so much football at Bayern Munich. He wants to kick on at Leeds United and start playing. He's looking to start, which I like to hear. He's willing to fight for his place here. That's all good. Shout out to Amelia, always in the chat. Hope you're well. Hey, Christopher, KG views on Ekin-Su. Legendary. Tonight's episode should be epic, guys. Epic. And I will not say the name. You know what I will say, man? Love Island, man. Christopher, she's making the show for me. Best character in the whole show. Not gonna lie. Let me just circle back. The block back to Marc Roca. Michael Atkinson saying now on to Burger. We'll see. There was a rumor a couple of days ago from a Sheffield blog site, but I don't know how concrete it is, so I haven't brought it up. But hopefully that will be the case, that he's going to be one, especially if Calvin Phillips is to move. And evening to everyone in the chat, man. Mavis from New Zealand, shout out to you. Jason saying he can't wait to see our new acquisitions in August. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to seeing them in pre-season. I'm not going to lie. I'm looking forward to seeing them get going straight away. I want to see where they fit in. And as we see now with Marc Roca as well, it's another central player, another central midfielder. We went so long without him. Now we can't stop signing them. But this is why I was willing to give Jesse Marsch the chance to get players that he wants in. Jesse Marsch again is the one that wanted Marc Roca in, and it tells you something as well, that Marc Roca's come in and he had the chance to go back to Spain, and he had interest from other Premier League clubs as well. But the key thing for me is, after having such a horrid time in terms of playing time at Bayern Munich, he didn't go back to Spain. Shows me he's up for this challenge. So again, that's a beautiful attribute to have, that he's looking for the challenge of the Premier League. I love it. Scott, some satire on a Friday night. I love it, Scott. Roca has a hell of a challenge to replace Forshaw in our starting lineup. Well, if his heat map ain't good, some of the fans won't be happy. We know that. They love a good passion merchant. Get around the pitch. I don't care if you do nothing with the ball. Just get around the pitch. I'm just playing. We all enjoy football in our own ways. Gordon White, good evening, KG. Love your broadcast. Shout out to you as well. And shout out to a member as well, Max. I don't know if Max is here watching, but whenever you do watch this, Max, I hope it makes you feel a bit better too, man. Kerry Sprague, good evening, KG, and everyone watching. Yeah, man, beautiful vibes, man. We're just loving them all. We're just loving what's going on so far. Business is being done. Listen, it's the 17th of June as we do this show today, and we've got 3 signings in already. It's beautiful with another potential one who I'm going to talk about later. But this is great. This is great for me. This is what I wanted to. This is what I wanted to see. This is what I wanted to see from Leeds United and the board. And listen, you can't go against them at the moment. They made their mistakes, but everyone deserves a second chance, right? And it looks like they're trying to rectify that with this signing. So beautiful for me. Yeah, Germinators here saying the guy's chosen us over West Ham and Sevilla. Clearly a man of culture. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. He could have gone to Sevilla, who are a very good team in Spain, gone back to his own climate and enjoyed the weather and the football there at a pace that he's used to. But he's come to the Premier League for the challenge. I love it. I absolutely love it. Um, just a couple notes on that as well. Obviously, everything was fine with the medical. So, anyone's fears about his injury history, I did mention it on a previous video. He hasn't really been injury prone. It's just that he couldn't get into the Bayern Munich team. And if you've seen the Bayern Munich team, you'll understand why. It's a stacked team. And maybe they found when he did sign, you know what I liken it to? I liken it to Becchio when he moved from here to Norwich, where Norwich thought they were getting some 19-goal championship striker that could step up. But when you go past scoring the goals and see his first touch, it's not that great. But listen, it's a different level at Bayern Munich. But it's that kind of thing where they obviously got him. He played big parts in that Bayern Munich team, but to get past Kimmich, Goretzka, previously Thiago, it's a big ask. It is a big ask, but he's here, and that's what I like. So the medical was no problem, obviously. So there's no injury history there, and I've seen him on his IG. I don't know if anyone's following him on IG, but he's been working out this summer. He's been working out big time. Like he's been pushing weights. Like he's been doing some good stuff. So he's obviously fit, raring to go. I love it. I can't lie. I cannot lie. Steve, sorry, is saying, evening KG, evening everyone. This could be a very astute signing, in my opinion. He's no nonsense but silky. Yeah. And that's another thing, his attributes in terms of winning the ball back and making passes. He's very good at that. You know, he's not a huge dribbler, but he can dribble the ball, but he's very good at progressive passes. And that's what we need in the team. We need somebody who's looking forward and not nervous on it and going sideways and backwards and everything else like that. This is the step up in quality, people. This is what I was asking for. So I cannot complain about this. These are the kind of signings I'm talking about in terms of the Leeds United stepping up in the quality department on the ball. And they've done that again with Marc Roca. Lee Waters with a super chat. KG, it's been a while. Shout out to you, Lee. Can't say I know of any of these new signings, but who had heard of Rafa before he came? Could turn out to be new ballers. Well, Marc Roca, Lee, he's been on the scene for a long time. I remember seeing him at Espanyol. So that's where I knew of him. And I hadn't really heard of him in the last couple of years. That's the reason why, because he's been at Bayern Munich just in the shadows kind of thing. But yeah, listen, you don't always have to know the player to know if they're going to be good or not. Sometimes you can buy proven talent and it just not work out for whatever reason. So yeah, don't be put off by that. But I would say be excited. I would say look forward to these three coming into our starting lineup. That's what I would say. Stephen Brown, Rodrigo does weights too. Ah, man. Yeah, man, let's get him out of here, man. Please, please, please. Lee Marshall seems a better option than O'Brien and for similar money. Yeah, I would say so. Marc Roca, you know, previously before his Bayern Munich, even when he stepped in at Bayern Munich, you know, Nagelsmann always said that he'd never let him down and everything else like that. So for me, yeah, I mean, it's chalk and cheese, isn't it? We'll see where Lewis O'Brien ends up after the summer, but obviously it won't be Leeds United. Darren, how long will it be before Calvin kisses the badge at City? Listen, you know what the thing is for me with Calvin and Rafinha. I just want these deals done so they're gone and we can move on. You know, seeing the constant speculation about where they're going to be, if they're staying, if they're going, someone's putting in a bid, this team's after them. It's tedious, isn't it? You just want them out and then you can just move on and get on with what you've got. That's kind of where I am with that now. So I'm just looking just to see when bids are accepted and when talks are gone through. And you always look for your reputable sources for that information. I don't just take it from anybody. So I'll look out for that. But I just want those two gone. If they're staying, stay, right? But if they're going, please, let's just get it sorted out as soon as possible. That would be great. But yeah. Gavin saying, KG, I would still like two more in midfield, Berger and Adams. Yeah, I mean, well, we'll see about that. But yes, in terms of numerical numbers for the team, I certainly want two more in. Also, we have to. We can't go into the season light in midfield. It's just it's self-destructive to do that again. So and it's quite clear. I think once these midfielders come in, that we'll start probably seeing some sales. You know, I said before that people will keep asking me about sales, but I think we're concentrating on getting what we want in first before we move to sell. Or at least I hope that's what they're doing anyway. Because listen, they can't keep these players who are not doing anything for the club except for just take up a wage. They can't keep them around. They're going to try and get some money back for a few of them. And I think Mateus Click is one. And funny enough, somebody mentioned in my comments the other day actually about Christensen's favorite number is 43. Well, it's just perfect, isn't it? You know, Click, you know, you need a new beginning somewhere else. Go somewhere else. And the 43 is Rasmus Christensen. Simple, simple. Uh, so what's everyone else saying? Let's have a look. Yeah, and with Marc Roca as well, I just want to say I see him coming in, and obviously this guy is looking for first team football quite clearly. But I just wonder about the quality of the other midfielders that we're bringing in. Will he be an automatic starter? I think he probably will at this point, especially with Calvin leaving. I think if Calvin was staying and then another midfielder came in, it would be a toss up. But I think he's going to be starting. But it's going to be interesting to see who the competition is going to be because I think there is going to be another midfielder coming in. But we will see. We will see. It's going to be interesting to see. But he looks determined and ready to go, and that's a good attribute to have, along with the quality on the ball. Always remember that. Steve saying Phil Hayes said that multiple signs will replace KP, not just the one. So that's another couple heads through the door in the coming weeks. Yeah, yeah. I mean, completely. Listen, if we were to get, let's just say it is the 45 to 50 for Calvin. Let's just start from there. I wouldn't expect Leeds United to go out and spend 45 million on a replacement. That, to me, that makes no sense because then in that case, you might as well just keep Calvin. That's where you have to reinvest that money and go for a couple of positions and strengthen them up. And I think that's what they're going to do. I think that is what they're going to do. So, yeah, I completely agree with that sentiment. What Phil Hay is guessing. I mean, listen, let's just get this one out of the way. What's your view on the hearsay of us trying to sign Traore? I'm not going to even think about it until I see someone reputable talk about it. To be fair, we've been linked with him before, and it was a non-rumor, wasn't it? So, yeah, I'm not going to really discuss it, but I don't see that happening. I mean, where does he play? Where does he play? Does that mean that Luke Ayling's completely gone? Is Cody Drame not staying? Because that's another right-hand side player. You know, no point saying that he can play on the left. We never really see Adama play down the left. It doesn't happen. So it would be down the right, wouldn't it? And I don't see that happening with Rasmus Christensen being here, along with Luke Ayling to come back, and also with Cody Drame being here. But listen, we'll see. We'll see. But that's just a rumor, isn't it? Mark Jones, there will be all automatic starters. A few of the old guard will be bench warmers, unfortunately, or fortunately for me. Another forward and centre back and midfielder, methinks, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And a goalkeeper, Mark, let's not forget that. Disabled team, Traore's laser. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I don't really want to come on here and talk about just any old rumors that get chucked out because we're seeing any and everything being linked with us. It's kind of it's ridiculous, but it gets clicks, it gets people talking, doesn't it? But for me, I like to see certain people talk about the deals being done before I actually speak about them, and I haven't really seen anybody of note talk about of that I trust anyway. Talk about Traore to Leeds. That's all I'm saying. I haven't heard the Phil Jones rumor. My days, that's terrible. That's terrible. Uh, so yeah, and just saying as well in regards to Marc Roca, another thing as well, much like the two signings we made previously, he's another one coming from a winning environment. Now, yes, I know he didn't kick too many, you know, he wasn't playing a lot of football then, but he's come from an environment where everything is expected to be perfect. You're almost expected to win every game for Bayern Munich too, by the way. He's coming from another winning environment. Again, it's changing the mentality within the squad. And another one that I just see it like Jesse Marsh. I think this, you know what, we're here to get clipped up when we make content, but I love what Jesse Marsch is trying to do with this team. I do. He's trying to make it aggressive. He's trying to make it progressive, but with quality on the ball as well. Can't argue with any of the signings that I've seen so far. Just can't. It's 3 for 3. But yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. Another one for the winning environment. We need that. We need players that love the taste of victory and not just hope they can get something here and there or happy to be here. We need players that have got a bit of edge to them, and he certainly got that. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, we couldn't give away some of these players for free. I mean, I'm starting to feel like that. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. I want to hear some. I do want to hear some rumors about other players besides Calvin and Rafinha being linked with moves away. But again, just like the other video the other day, still nothing today, and we're talking days later. But we'll see. So that Wayne. Ah, nah, you almost got me with that name. You almost got me with that name. Yeah. Wayne, you almost got me. You almost had me there. Winning mentality is what needs to change. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I saw this Bournemouth thing. Is that even true? Is that true? I didn't read that thing too tough. Is it about the police being notified about Leeds away game? But I swear we played them just a couple of years ago. I don't know. It's crazy, man. It's all crazy in the Dunya. So look, Gavin saying we need another attacking midfielder. We can't just rely on Brendan Harrison. True. Maybe a Gibbs White or Minamino. Minamino, no for me. I don't want that at all. But Gibbs White, absolutely. 100%. I would take Morgan Gibbs White. But yeah, Minamino, no. But we'll see. We'll see, because we're being linked with players with credible links that just come out of left field. They just come out of left field, don't they? So let's just wait and see what the club are doing. So far, I can't argue with anything that they've done so far. Yeah. Oh, back to the Bournemouth thing. Yeah, Charlie's just saying, yeah, they want it changed from the bank holiday. It was about 30 years ago. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, listen, just finishing off the Marc Roca thing. The fee. I mean, did I not mention the fee? That's ridiculous, isn't it? You sign a player, I didn't even mention the fee. But see, if I had recorded this, I'd have done that already. But yeah, it's 12 million euros, so just under 10.5 million pounds, with 5 million in bonuses. Now, for me, whenever I hear bonuses, I always think I hope that we pay those bonuses, because it means that you're getting the maximum out the player, or the teams reach whatever achievement they wanted to achieve. So hopefully we pay the full 17 million. That's what I would say. But you can't argue with that kind of fee so far. Good business. Good business for me. And if you want to say anything else further about Marc Roca during the video, feel free to do so. But someone just mentioned there about the bank holiday fixtures. I don't want to talk about the fixture list too much, but was anyone else disappointed though that we didn't get Nottingham Forest on Boxing Day, just for like an old championship feel, like just for old time's sake? Nottingham Forest on Boxing Day. I swear in the championship we had that game so many times on that day, but no, we got Manchester City instead. So not too bad, not too bad. But I just have to say as well, in terms of the fixture list, and let me just get that up on my screen here. How happy were you when you actually saw the fixture list and realized that we're still on it? For me, I always said when we was dangling or flirting with danger, that the time it will hit you when you get relegated is when you see the fixture list and see who you're playing. And when we got the fixture list, I was like, thank you that we stayed in the Prem. Absolutely, absolutely brilliant with that. And look at that. I'm looking at our August, our September, and we might be flirting with the top 6. I'm joking. Don't kill me. But listen, it's a decent start, isn't it? Wolves at home, Southampton away, Chelsea at home, Brighton away, Everton at home for August. That's not bad. That is not bad. Van Jacks, Haaland will raid the club shop on Boxing Day. Well, Haaland is going to be very, very fresh because Norway ain't going to the World Cup. So he's going to be very, very fresh. So we need to be careful about that guy. Dave, steady on, Gage. I'm just joking. Danny Rumsey, clip it up, KG mentioned the top 6. I'm purely playing, I promise. Or am I? Now, joke. But the fixtures are good. I mean, even in September, you want to go there as well. The three fixtures: Brentford away, Nottingham Forest at home, and we'll see what this new version of Leeds United can do at Manchester United. I don't think that they're gonna freeze up like this old version that we had, where they're like deer in headlights. I think that these guys will actually put up a good fight. So that should be a better game. Whether we win or not, I don't know. But I don't think we're going to be losing 6-5 again. He said. Oh man, we'll see. Charlie saying all of our squad will be fresh. We won't have anyone go to the World Cup. You know what, Charlie? You know what? You might be right. You know, no, Brendan's going. Brendan's going. Did Denmark go through? I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, listen, I didn't want to talk about the fixture list too long because, like Tom says here, you play everyone twice. That's all I got to say. I'm absolutely with you, Tom. I'm just thinking about the start that we potentially could have, and I just wanted to mention that Nottingham Forest Boxing Day thing because I was disappointed we didn't get that. I am disappointed, but yeah. Let's have a look. What else have I got on the docket? Oh, Kalimuendo. Yes, Kalimuendo, the new striker link that we've had. Apparently, we have put in a bid for PSG forward Arnaud Kalimuendo. And the thing is, I've actually seen him play and I didn't realize it. And you know what? It's much like, oh, okay, so Denmark went, so Rasmus will be going. Yeah. Kalimuendo, I saw actually score 2 goals. Believe it or not, I saw him score 2 goals because I was watching the Lens Nice game for Czech Decore, and Czech Decore, by the way, was an absolute Rolls Royce in that game. He was tremendous. What a baller! What a baller he was. Because I saw a clip yesterday of Kalimuendo's goal against Nice. I was like, I've seen that goal before, but it's one of those things, isn't it? Where I'm watching a player and I haven't really taken notice of somebody else. But I actually saw him score 2 goals coming off the bench. What I will say is, if Jesse and Victor have identified him as one that they want to bring in as a striker, I'm happy to go with it. His goal record is 1-3. For the price that you're getting, that sounds about right. If you want someone more prolific, you're going to pay a bit of a larger bang for your buck. But he was very good on that day. He's got very good movement, both feet. Likes sniffing the box. Listen, it's another body up front who with a lot of potential. Yes, I know the potential thing is something that people don't want to hear, but I don't think it would be the only one. I genuinely don't as well. But just from what Jesse Marsh said before in the press conference when they spoke about Bamford, he said that he had 1 or 2 strikers in mind. I don't think that would be the only one. So if they get him in, brilliant. I would say. Let's have a look. Oh, Jack. Okay, right. This is World Cup talk. Yeah, Jack. Listen, yeah, that isn't for me. I don't do that. I don't support. I don't want them to win. I don't care what anyone says. The worst thing that can happen. Listen, you haven't heard the end of England got to the Euro final. You keep hearing that. So imagine if they won it. Oh my days. Scott and saying, watch the vids on the PSG lad. Small in height, keeps the ball tight to his feet. Reminds me a bit of Eddie Nketiah. Have you seen the Arsenal people talk about Eddie Nketiah, by the way, because he's getting the 14 shirt? Hey. But just quickly again on Arnold. If we do get him, I would be happy to see him in the door. I wouldn't be expecting 20 goals from him. I think that's just unrealistic for what he's done so far in his career. But I think that he's somebody that, in Jesse Marsh's way of playing, will have a big impact on the team, whether it's off the bench or whether it's starting and making room for other players such as Brendan Aronson and whoever else to bring in. So for me, it's another positive move forward. I haven't seen any firm rumors that I've seen. I haven't disagreed with any of them so far. That's what I've got to say so far on that, and that's a really good thing. And all the ones that I think of like have been ones that have just been thrown out there and have got no substance to them. So Long may that continue. Long may that continue. Shout out to you, Ian. You caught me live again, man. What's going on, man? Lucas is saying backup four or alongside Bamford. Hey, we've got to see. We've got to see what's going to go on with Bamford for me. I want to see if Jesse still trusts him. I still think that there was. Listen, I've got my own thoughts on Bamford, and I'm not going to go through him again. But I just want to see if Jesse Marsh still sees Bamford as one of his main guys. That's going to be very interesting to see come the come preseason and everything else like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, Mark, another live who must be signing players. Yeah, I was always going to go live for this one. I decided a couple of days ago that I was going to go live, and I had a feeling that they were going to get the deal done at 5 o'clock on Friday. So, yeah, easy done, easy done. I thought I'd just speak to you guys and before the weekend kicks off, man. Hot on this weekend, you know. Listen, if I have to come on here with no shirt on, I will only show you my shoulders, but do not report the video because it's too hot. All right. Don't report the video. That's not nudity anyway. It's just my shoulders. Who won't want to see these shoulders? Yeah. Terry saying, how you feel about the window so far? I'm happy with it, Terry. I'm happy. They just can't stop here. They need to get more in, but then they also need to let a couple go as well. That's important that they do both. It's important to get a couple of these guys out that just don't cut the mustard. They have to do that, but I think they know that they have to get in more bodies. I don't think they're stupid this year. I think they got the message after what happened last season. So I'm excited. Call me silly, call me crazy, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Scotty, that's the Love Island talking. Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy. Scott saying, "Are you worried that there seems to be little talk of an incoming left back?" No, no, I'm not. I'm not really worried because, in all fairness, we hadn't really heard of a striker before Kalimuendo, so that came out of nowhere, and that one seems to be concrete. So let it come out of the blue. That I don't care about endless rumors. I just want to see you get the business done. So for me, it doesn't have to be that we hear about this player for a week or 2 weeks before we sign them. Just get it done and let's talk about them then. That's the best thing for me anyway. And plus, that eliminates further competition. The one thing that I've seen the people talk about with the Kalimuendo deal, by the way, is that PSG want to insert buyback clauses and things like that. Listen, people, we are not in any position to go to PSG and just take one of their young players and not allow them to put in a buyback clause. We're not on that level. Listen, Chelsea inserted a buyback clause for Tammy Abraham from Roma. It happens. It happens with teams. It's just a fail safe that if that player goes on to be what that team originally thought that he would be, they can get him back at a price that they agreed for beforehand. There's nothing to it. If he comes here and bangs, first of all, that's going to be good for us, good for him. And if PSG ever saw fit that they want to get him back again for the fee that they would agree, then that just would happen anyway. He probably wouldn't have stayed at Leeds United if he was banging goals, and we're not probably going into European competition. So all these clauses that people get hung up on, like loan signings, like some people like generally don't want loan signings, which is crazy. But they just don't like the fact that you don't own the player and it could be a success and you've made them better for someone else. But you've got to look in the short term as well. That loan player is there for you for that season, and they've got to do the best for you in that season. And if that happens, brilliant. Just look at it that way. Yeah, and Scott Lightning buyback clause. What if he doesn't want to go back? That's always a possibility too. It does happen. Sometimes the club wants to get you back, and they don't want to go back. I think it's happened with Morata a couple of times. You know, Morata. I think he's a money laundering player. Though I gotta say, I think he's being moved around for money laundering purposes. But Morata goes here, there, and everywhere, back to Juventus, Atletico, and sometimes he says, "No, I don't want to go back there. I'm going to stay here." Listen, buyback clauses. Don't worry about all that stuff, people. Don't worry about it. Just get the player in. And if he bangs and you're disappointed that he's gone later for more money than you paid for him, then deal with that at the time. Deal with it at the time. That's all I'll say. Tom saying he likes loans, but buybacks are just rip-offs, really. It's not really a rip-off because it would be like, you know what? It would be like us. You know, please don't let this happen. But let me give you a scenario. It'd be like Charlie Creswell being sold by Leeds United. Ugh, yeah. But he's been sold for 10 million. But we've said to the buying club, listen, if Charlie comes out the way that we think he's going to be, we're going to buy him back for 25. It's as simple as that. That's all it is. It doesn't mean that Charlie has to come back, but it just protects you and it makes you and it gets you a player back that is obviously worth 25 at the time, and you just get him back to your club. It's as simple as that. Clauses in football are so common, people. There's a lot of clauses that you guys don't know about, but they're common practice in a lot of contracts. There's nothing to worry about. I mean, Scott, and yeah, loans, like you say, can work. Didn't we have Harrison on loan for 2 seasons, maybe 3? That worked well. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, he clocked up over 100 appearances before he signed permanently. That's kind of mad when you think about it. It's kind of mad. Uh, but Liam saying he doesn't see us getting a left back. It seems like a position neglected for years and won't stop. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, Firpo is going to be at one of our main ones. We'll see if they're bringing somebody else. Maybe a deal will come at that both Jesse and Victor like. We don't know. That's the beauty of it. All of us here, we don't know, do we? So let's just see what they work with. Let's just see what they're working with. I'm not going to read that. You guys can read that on the screen. That's tremendous, Jack. That is actually tremendous. Just seeing if I've got anything else. Yeah. Yeah, man. Big up to everyone in the chat. Listen, I didn't even do my housekeeping, but you know the drill, people. Please like the video if you haven't done that already. Please do that for me. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Nothing else to say on that, but please do like the video. Of course, I'm giving you beautiful content on this here Friday night. One note I did put in, and I mentioned about Marc Roca as well, working hard in the summer. You know who also I've seen working hard? Sam Greenwood. Sam Greenwood has been putting in the work. I've seen other players lounging around, enjoying their holidays, as they're more than entitled to, by the way. Just want to make that clear. But Sam Greenwood is putting in the work. And for me, I always felt that him and Jesse just seemed to click. He was sometimes on before Joe Gelhardt, if you remember. And I just wonder if Sam Greenwood's got a role to play this season. I did think that he'd possibly be going out on loan. Maybe he's doing that workout for a loan. Who knows? But he's putting in that effort, man, this summer, much like how Jack Harrison did under Bielsa, where he'd be going to various places in New York, LA, and he'd just be working out in the gym. I do wonder about Sam Greenwood and if he's got a decent role to play next season. So I'm going to be looking out for that. Yeah, Steve, Sam Greenwood is at it. He absolutely is. I've been very impressed looking at his IG, man. He's been doing bits on there in terms of working out, really and truly, man. So yeah, and also IG KG Vision on IG. If you want to follow me on there too, I don't nearly promote that as I should, But yeah, if you want to follow me on Instagram, that is the place to find me. KG Vision there too. Katrina saying, I like Sam. I want him to stay. Liam saying Green will play his best after striker, not an out-and-out striker. I would say that too. That's definitely his best area. Scooby saying good work ethic, youngsters, endless energy and something to prove. That's worth a lot. Ask Rodrigo. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he's definitely putting in the work, and you just feel that the way it went with him and Jesse last year, that he obviously likes his ideas. He obviously likes the way that he wants to play, and he wants to stay here and get himself a role in the team. We'll see. I'm not saying he's the answer, but I just like what I see in terms of what he's trying to do during this off season. I think it's a really good thing. The Germanator saying, generally wonder if Marsh sees a future for Starboy Tyro. I hope not, man. I hope not. Please. Let's hope not. Scott Lightning, Gelhardt will hit close to 15 goals if he starts most games. 15. So that would be a good number. It would be a good number. But yeah, he needs to start in order to do that. I mean, yes, he's gotten goals off the bench, but I think Joe Gelhardt definitely deserves a lot more game time next season. Hopefully he gets it. He definitely deserves it. And listen, 5 subs, people, he should be seeing more time on the pitch next season. definitely. But yeah, Gelhardt for me is somebody that we definitely need in this squad. We would be trying to buy Joe Gelhardt now, right now, from maybe, I don't even know. It'd be in the 10, 15 million range if he wasn't at Leeds United and he did what he did for us in the limited time that he got last season. We'd be looking at a high figure. So let's get him on the pitch, man. He's never let us down as well, Joe Gelhardt. Never let us down. All that effort and stuff that you guys love, cool. But he's also got quality on the ball, and it's hard to get it off him too for such a small guy. He's very tough to get off the ball. So yeah, let's go, man. Wayne, man, you almost get me with this name again, man. I gotta look out for this. But Jesse has a run and gun style. It's gonna look more like the Leicester game, fun to watch. Yeah, it is. It's good. You can see as well with what he's doing. You know, back to the video, start of the video, Marc Roca, another central player. That's what I was talking about last year as well, people. I was saying what he was trying to do, it wasn't going to work because he was trying to convert wingers into more narrow players, and it just wasn't going to work. There was too much work to do in terms of trying to change wingers into attacking midfielders, but he's sorting that now by getting a lot of central players. So kudos to him. Kudos to him. Super chat from Tommy. And thank you, man. Big up, KG. You deserve a few more supermarkets. I think you mean supermalts, but I get the gist. Thank you so much, Tommy. I really appreciate that, man. Big up to you. Oh, another would you rather. Let's go then. Dan Savage, you have to keep one. All right. Gun to my head, razor blade to my eye. Costa or Roberts, who you keeping? Jesus Christ. Yo. These questions, man, these are horrible. These are horrible. You know what? I'm going to have to use recency bias, something that I usually hate. But I'm just going to say Helder Costa, and that's because I haven't seen him in a long time. I'll say Helder Costa because I haven't seen him in ages. But what I will say is Helder Costa, my last memory of Helder Costa is we signed Rafinha. He got moved to the bench. Rafinha was out for a game and he was starting. And I thought, man, Helder's going to come in and absolutely trying to tell everyone I'm still here. And he did absolutely nothing in the game. So that's my last memory of Helder Costa. But yes, I will take him over Tyler Roberts all day long. Yeah, Mark Time's a healer. And good to see you, AJ. Good to see everyone in the chat, man. Over 400 people in here currently, man. Love to see it. Love to see it. Disabled team, that hurt. Okay, yeah, that question hurt me. I can't lie. Can't lie. Lee Marshall, Rafinha transfer seems to have gone quiet. Does it look like he's staying? Yeah, I mean, listen, Lee, there's a lot of time to go. There's a lot of, to-ing and fro-ing. There's a couple more clubs that have been mentioned, which I think is very smart, whether that's true interest or whether it's via Deco trying to ramp up the interest or get it moved on by the clubs that he actually wants to go to. So that's always going to happen. You're always going to have these kind of games until the transfer's complete. But I do still think that he will be gone by the time the season kicks off. I don't see him staying here, but it's not over. But it just means that clubs have got to get their business in order before they can do any business. We're looking at Barca. They've got Frankie de Jong who he doesn't want to go to Man United, but Man United want him. I think they want to sell him and do other things. I mean, they're hiring people out on the pitch, people for weddings and stuff. It's all mad at Barca. But yeah, it's just about ramping up the interest in Rafinha, and hopefully the clubs that he wants to go to bid for him and he can be on his way. Like I say, I want both the Calvin and Rafinha situations just sorted as soon as possible. Let's just get it out of the way. Emmanuel. Emmett Oliver. I'd like of Emmanuel Dennis from Watford. Yeah, me too. I would take Emmanuel Dennis. Absolutely. Ian, please tell me if Rodrigo, Firpo, and Costa are going. Can't tell you that. Jason saying, I agree with you. Players moving out quickly would be nice, but if taking our time means we negotiate harder and get more money, that's good too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not saying. Yeah, you're right, Jason. It's not about just saying, "Oh, okay, you want Rafinha, fine, 25 million, and we'll accept it." No, it's not about that. But what it does is it just ramps up. The longer it takes, the more it makes the buying teams want to get business done, because now they've added, Arsenal, Spurs into the mix. Spurs probably he's not going to Arsenal. I've said it many times, and I'll say it, the Arsenal fans are actually talking like Rafinha wants to go there. It's all mad, but he's not going to Arsenal. He wants to go Champions League. So that's going to be a non-starter. But yeah, I absolutely agree. Make it harder for players to go in terms of money and get the best that you can. I completely agree. Uh, Mark Atkinson, what role for Dan James next season impact sub? Yeah, I don't know. I mentioned it on my last stream, Mark. I don't know where Dan James fits in. I honestly don't know where he fits in, whether he's converted into a right wing back or, something like that. I'm not sure. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with players like him. That's what I mean. I think there's still a bit more to go in this window in terms of outgoings that we don't even know about. But Dan James, it would. The only thing is, it's a lot to ask to sell him after we just paid 25 million just last year. So yeah, it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. Dan Savage saying 192 likes. That's decent, people. Can we get to at least 250 while we're on the stream? That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. The Wiki Tiki is saying the reason Arsenal link is because of Edu's Brazilian links. I hear that. Whether he actually come to us is another story. Yeah, the thing is, I've been seeing it with a few of the Arsenal content creators. I think you know who they are, Wiki Tiki, but they just talk like Rafinha. Oh yeah, we'll take Rafinha, but I don't think Rafinha don't want you. That's the thing. He doesn't want you. It's nothing to do with slander against Arsenal. Make it funny because it's Arsenal. He wants Champions League football, and he's got the dream teams that he wants to play for. So it's not being horrible, but just because we are Leeds United and finished 17th, it doesn't mean that you can just take him because you're Arsenal and you finished European. That's so basic in thinking. It's unbelievable. But top six fans in general, they don't watch much else besides the top six. Not gonna lie, when you hear them talk, you can clearly hear as well that they don't watch much outside the top six. So they just think anything in the top six, yeah, we'll take that player, because they obviously want to come to us. It doesn't work like that, but people will learn. People will learn. Tom saying we need Sander Berger. He's not really being looked at. Like I said earlier, I mean, there was a loose rumor saying that we are looking at him in case when Calvin Phillips is sold. But like I say, I want to see some reputable sources confirm that before I talk more about it. Rex podcast, the gal don't want you. It's mad, isn't it? They don't want you, man. You got to just back up. Isn't it? The gal, she said, leave. Shout out to you, Rex. I mean, look at this. Milinchip, Paveda is better than both Roberts and Costa. But listen, why don't we just get all three of them out? Let's let them all go. Let them all go. That's what I'm saying. Let them all go. The Wiki Tiki has come back. I'd absolutely love Rafinha, but we can lure him with money and the project history. But overall, we're a second tier option. Yeah, and that's another thing. The history don't matter. Sorry, Wiki Tiki. We've moved on. We've moved on now, Wiki Tiki. Like it, I remember the Omri days. I remember all the brilliant Arsenal teams. I mean, I used to love watching Arsenal play. Beautiful football, beautiful. But we are now talking. We're in 2022 now, Wiki Tiki. There's players now that are coming into leagues that never saw Arsenal win the league. They don't even know that Arsenal won the league unless they've watched like Premier League years. It's like I said about Leeds United when we got promoted. That was 16 years. That's a whole teenager that's left school. They'd never seen Leeds in the Prem. So like things change. They don't look at the history and go, "Oh yeah, they won that in 1992. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll move here." It's about the here and now. That's the modern day footballer now. They don't really care about the history. Yeah, they'll throw it in there when they sign for you. Oh yeah, the history of the club, but they want to know what's going on right now next season. That's all that, but it's hard for people to take. It is hard for people to take and understand. But that is the modern day footballer now. Trust me. No. I won't say that like I'm an ITK, but that's how footballers talk. It just is. Yeah, Scooby, Ian, right, legend. Yeah, man, love Righty. Man, we've just moved on to all kind of topics here. I love this. I love this. We're not just chilling, taking questions on Friday night. Tony T, is that who's that in your Avi? Is that Ovechkin? I can't see it properly from here. Prediction, KG, Lightning or Avalanche? Ooh, I'd like the Avalanche to win it. Not gonna lie, Tony. I think the Avalanche win as well would actually rile up more Arsenal fans too. As you know, Crankcase on the Avalanche. But yeah, Nathan McKinnon, um, and all those guys. Yeah, I'd love to see the Avalanche do it. To see the Lightning win a third in a row, they'll just be saying that they're the best team in the modern era. Might be true. But yeah, for me, the Avalanche, definitely the Avalanche. Kale Makar as well, man. What a player. What a player. Just beautiful. So I'm talking about. You can watch those guys on the ice all day long, Tony. Love those guys. But yes, hopefully my Penguins will be back next year with Chris Letang in tow. Let's go. Cleveland Red Wings. They're not winning anything next season. Yeah, they might win the draft lottery. That's what they might win. They might win that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I mean, listen, I haven't got much else to say, and I'll just go through the last few of your comments before we finish off. Wayne is saying Werner would be a nice loan. Chelsea might fly on that thought. We're not getting Werner on loan. It's just not happening. The money is too much. Even for us in our third year at the Prem, nah, it's too much. He's on a very, very handsome amount of money. And even if we was to cover half, I think that would probably put a few people's noses out of joint. So no, it's not happening. What do you? I mean, this is an easy question. This is would you rather? I mean, this is the easiest one so far. Would you rather keep KP and qualify for Europe or sell and win the Premier League? I would sell and win the Premier League because then I've win the Champions League anyway, Jim. But yeah, of course I would. Listen, me, Jim, I'm always a club over player first. It doesn't matter who they are. And even as much as I love Rafinha, if you ask me if keep Rafinha, I'd say let him go. Sell and win the Premier League. Team glory over individuals all day long. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, absolutely. Win the Prem all day long. I'd love to see. I would love to see my team lift the Carabao Cup next year. I want a real good cup run next year if we can do it. I'd love it. I think Jesse wants it too. Jesse wants to win, so I would love to see us win the Carabao Cup. I'll be celebrating like it's the Champions League. No shame, shameless settings, people. I don't care. I'll be loving the Carabao Cup. I'll buy a whole bunch of Carabao drinks and we'll all drink on stream together. Love it. Liam, great stream, KG. It was full of chuckles. Good night, bro. Peace. Yeah, man. Shout out to you, Liam. Shout out to everyone that's made the video good today. This could have been 20 minutes and done, but this is what I mean. I wanted to come on and just talk to the people, see how everyone's feeling. Seems like everyone's in good spirits about what Leeds are doing so far, but as Leeds know, we cannot stop here. But listen, people, I'm gonna end it here. Like I say, please like the video if you haven't done that for me already. Please do that. I don't know when I'm going to be back. If we got something significant on the weekend, I might do that. Then I'm a bit busy tomorrow, but we'll see what we come up with. You know, this is Leeds United. We're getting stuff done, and long may it continue. So, yeah, please leave your comments as well about Marc Roca and anything else I've discussed in the video in the comments below. Please do that. I do read them, as people very well know. And yeah, I will see. Let me and shout out to the US people. Like I say, the US viewership, by the way, because you know we get YouTube analytics is growing beautifully. I love that as well. I love that I've got more Americans coming in because you know American sports is a big thing for me, basketball and ice hockey. So love it. Mark, you gotta relax. That the episode last night was top tier, and this tonight's episode could be even better. So I'm just saying, just wait, just wait. Uh, Bowie Doctor, yeah, you just have to watch the replay, Bowie. I'm sorry, man. Sorry. Everyone knows the vibe, man. Enjoy Love Island, KG. Yeah, it is. That's the game is the game. The game is the game. Katrina, are we going to have a Love Island stream? I don't think people want to hear the goss. I just don't think people want to hear it. So I might just have to leave that one, Katrina. But nah, shout out to everyone, man. Beautiful stream. You guys have been great. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, people.